Hello everyone, welcome back to Tea Traders. Lovely to see you here today. Today we're going to drink one of the new teas that have just arrived in the store, and this is something a little special. If you know your teas, then you'll be pleased perhaps to try this one, but it's not one that you come across every day. It's a tea that you have to hunt out, and it's picked in the spring for a short time, and the name of the tea is Bai Hao Yin Zhen, or more commonly known in Europe as silver needle tea. It is there, okay, and I've got some of that leaf in a little dish here for you to see. And the name silver needle is easy to understand when you look at the leaves. Just pick out a few for you. So they're very large buds, and they've got very fine silver hairs on them. This is a classic feature of silver needle tea. And when the leaves are harvested, it's only the bud that's harvested, and before the bud opens, it has this distinctive hairiness on the underside of the leaf. This, when it brews, is going to have a very, very light flavour, and it's something that is very fruity and floral. It's very interesting tea, but it's not one that's going to be a tea to have for a punch of strength like you might be used to with more black teas, for example. So I've got about 3 grams of the tea here. I'm just going to pop that into our teapot. Don't want to waste any. And we're going to brew this in the traditional European style today. So I've got my glass infuser teapot here, and the infuser that you can put your leaves into and then remove that easily later on. And I've got some water here which has come from the kettle, and this is about 90 degrees. And when you're brewing white teas, you want tea in the temperature range between 80 and 90 degrees. And this particular teapot holds about 300 ml of water. So as I said, I've got 3 grams of tea, which is of course about 1 gram for 100 ml. And we're just going to let that infuse for a couple of minutes. Now, when you brew white teas, it's important to brew them so that your water's at the right temperature, but also that you brew them for the right amount of time. And this tea can be reinfused a number of times. So for the first brewing, we're going to brew this for about 3 minutes. That will give us a nice flavour, but it's going to start to release those flavours again with the second and third brewing. And when you reinfuse the leaves for the second or third time, then you want to allow another 30 seconds or so for the brew. So 3.5 and then 4 minutes to draw out the strength from the leaves. And you can reinfuse this for anywhere between 3 and 5 times. And you really keep going until the flavour is lost from the tea. But this is a tea that has a light flavour, as I said. Now, while we're waiting for that to brew, I'm just going to show you these lovely glass cups that we just had arrived in the shop. These are beautiful, very nice for green and white teas. And they come from this range of Kinto teawares, and we've had quite a wide range of Kinto teaware delivered to the shop in the last couple of weeks. It's all on our website at www.teatraders.co.uk, and there's some lovely things there, some teapots, some cups and other accessories that you might like to explore if you're looking to invest in some new tea drinking equipment for yourselves. Now, this comes from China, and Silver Needle is one of China's 10 famous teas. And as I mentioned, this is only harvested for a short time in the spring. And the leaves are hand-picked, and then they're allowed to wither. That means they're spread out on a dry mat, and they're allowed to lose some of the moisture that's naturally within the leaf. And after a few hours of withering, then the leaves are air dried, and again on the mats, on the drying mats, with, if possible, natural air drying. But if the weather doesn't allow, then this could be done within the factory unit, and in that case you might have air blowers blowing air over the leaves to dry them. But if possible, this is naturally air dried. And therefore it's a very simple tea, so it's designed to have very subtle, very complex flavours. And what we'll find here when we brew is that it's got a lovely clear yellow colouring, and the flavour from the tea should be a very sweet, floral, slightly fruity taste on the palate. So let's go ahead and pour the first cup. You can see straight away from the colour it's very clear. I'll show you that more clearly in a moment. Now, what I'm doing straight away now is removing the leaves from the remaining tea in the pot. So I don't want the leaves to stew, and I can re-infuse those, as I've said numerous times, but it's important to remove them from the liquid before you re-infuse them. Before we drink the tea, then one of the other pleasures of these is, and I think in this occasion, just to make it a little bit easier for you, I'm going to just pull out some of those leaves onto the cup here, to the saucer I should say. And you can see the leaves are starting to rehydrate. And they have this very, very sweet floral aroma to them. One of the pleasures of this sort of tea is to enjoy the whole sensory experience. So not just the drinking of the liquid, but also the appearance of the leaves and the lovely aroma that you get. And it's really, really distinctive, but not at all harsh, not strong. This is certainly not a tea for you if you like your strong builder's tea. This isn't going to do it for you at all. This is much lighter and much more delicate, and really a tea to search on your palate for those flavours. You can see the colour, almost clear, slightly yellow colouring there. So, cheers everybody. It's a little bit hot, but gosh, really interesting. Such a different tea to others that you may have tried. If you have tried white teas before, and we have a number of them in the shop, then they range in profile. Another one, Pai Mu Dan, is a larger leaf tea, and again that has a very light, gentle flavour. But this Silver Needle is the cream of the crop, really. It's the ultimate white tea to try. It's really delightful. And I could quite easily just sit here and drink the whole pot of this, and everything would be well with the world. May not make a very interesting video, but I'll save you from that for another time. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my tea. Gosh, very interesting. If you like teas and you want to try something different, then I can really recommend this to you. You'll find it on our website, and it's something special. A treat for yourself. It's not the cheapest tea, I have to say. It's something for connoisseurs, but if you're looking for something special and different to try, I can really recommend this to you, and I hope you enjoy it. Good health, everybody. Stay well. We'll speak soon. Take care.